Boom. Okay. Yeah, I know. I might have scared you. Hey, how y'all doing today? It's Carlos Henry, sometimes known as Loso 2.0. Today, let me just introduce myself. Okay, I am a marketer that specializes in copywriting that helps personal development coaches generate more revenue using my gut budget technique. And this is kind of part of it right here that I'm going to explain right now. And today, you're listening to a training on the formula to writing a compelling newsletter. But really, it's the formula for writing compelling copy, regardless emails, anything like that. It's all the same. Okay, so it's three key things that you want to remember to make it simple. Three key things that Russell Brunson talks about. And for you that are not familiar with Russell Brunson, let me get in my library a little bit. .com secrets. He wrote Traffic Secrets, Expert Secrets. He has a whole secrets book, storyline. And he is a multimillionaire, master marketer when it comes to funnels, anything. He's just, everything he does is just, he's the GOAT, okay? I'm just gonna let you know that. Or at least one of the GOATs. So if you don't know him, definitely I would take some time looking him up. But he talks about the simple things. And you probably know if you read this. It's hook, story, offer. Excuse the chicken scratch, but hook, story, offer. Okay? Three things you want. And yes, even in a newsletter, you want to worry about hook, story, offer. I'm going to explain why, but you do want to worry about that, okay? So this is how you're going to write the compelling thing. So first, you want to start with hook, okay? Well, I'm going to go forward, but you want to work backwards, okay? So let me work backwards then, right? So the first thing you want to do actually is build your offer. Before writing any type of copy, or whenever I'm working with my clients, the very first thing I do is say, hey, what's your back offer? And they're like, if they don't know it, or if they don't have any idea of it, we need to build a back offer. What is this high ticket offer? What is the thing that you want to do the most? It might be a 10K training or 50K training or 25K. You know what I mean? I need to know what the back end offer is. Why? Because I have to know where I'm doing. Because at the back end offer is that. The front end offer might be organic posts or training or something like that. I need to know the vehicle. I'm the copywriter. So my idea is to build a vehicle to take them from the front to the back. So I need to know what the back is. So I know what to write in the front. If it makes sense. So first thing you do is build that offer. You need a really great, compelling offer, which is a whole section by itself, and I can't really get into it. So when you know that back-end offer, you know to go with when you're writing your copy. Even though you might not mention it right away in the front, you know where your idea is to get there. So then you have to, when you're writing your copy, you have to transition. Before you go from the story to the offer, you have to transition to that you call the you phase, right? So when you're transitioning to the you phase, you need to speak about the prospect. What does the story have to do with them? Why are they even reading it? You need to understand, for example, you might be talking about lions, tigers, and bears or something like that. What does that have to do to you? Oh, you are a lion, you are a bear, you are a tiger. You know what I mean? It's the you. It's about them. And yes, when you're speaking in copy, you're speaking in first person. So it's I or you, me, you know what I mean? It's no like y'all. No, it's you. You're speaking directly to someone, like direct response. And then you need to speak the benefits. So when you're speaking the benefits of this. What is the benefits of them reading this? What's the benefits of, it might be the free training or something that you're giving them. What is the benefits of everything? You need to speak the benefits. Now, there's a difference between features and benefits. Can you guess what they are? There you go. You got a second to think about it. The feature, for one, is what the product does. The benefit is what the product does for you. I only speak benefits because it does not matter what the product does. It doesn't matter at all. You know what I mean? I'm selling this iPhone 12, right? Easily. Hey, picture me and my fiance too. I could be like, okay, it has a drop resistant 30 feet drop protection. Okay, it has 30 feet drop protection. Whatever. It has 30 feet drop protection, so you can drop it off of you could be playing basketball, going up for a dunk and drop it, and your phone will still not crack. Oh, really? Yeah, for like athletes, or just make it to them, to you, about you. What would they usually be doing? Or you could, be reaching for, trying to pull out your pocket and it fall out and fall down and won't crack because it has that drop resistance. The benefits, you. Okay. So after you have all that figured out, okay, then it's the story part. Story. Why do we do stories? Okay. Two things. For one, when you're speaking face to face to a person and you're trying to close them, how do you do it? You do it by asking questions, right? So this, that, and the third, you get the prospect to talk about themselves. Talk. You hit the pain points and then you close them. With stories, right? You can't do that when you're writing copy. You can't write a question. Okay, so, you might be like, so, why do you want to do this? Why, like, what's your biggest reason why for trying to reach 10K a month? You can't do that. You can't write, what is your biggest reason for trying to reach 10K a month? And then just leave it blank. Because then there's no copy. There's nothing there. So you have to be able to write it out. You have to be able to connect them. You have to be able to get into their mind and see why they want to do it and write that into a story format or connect it with the story. Now, two, stories always bring out emotions. Think about when they're sitting around like a campfire or something like that before, like, or, and Once Upon a Time. That's all Disney movies are. That's all Disney. I was just watching Aladdin. Matter of fact, Aladdin. Let me tell you about a story, or something. You know what I mean? And then he started talking about Aladdin. Yeah, that joint. Okay, yeah, that's what I mean. It's all about a story, and it keeps you compelled. Like, okay, look, I'm watching this about Arabian Nights. All right, yeah. Oh, so about a story, Aladdin. It keeps you compelled. It keeps you locked in the whole time. Now, when I'm writing my story, I like to speak it. Okay. When you speak it, I don't know why. For me, speak it just sounds more natural. Conversation like right now, I'm saying John, stuff like that, where I probably shouldn't. I'm not really formal. But when you speak in it, you feel less formal. You're yourself. So you're speaking yourself. Okay, yeah. This, that, and the third. You're speaking yourself. You're not actually being formal, which is a good thing with your copy. I mean, you want to still have like correct grammar, but you don't want to, you don't want to be as formal. You want to be a more personal. You want to actually show your true self onto paper. Now, it is hard to actually get the structure is the easy part. How to get emotions is the hard part. When you're doing emotions, you have to actually physically write out how you feel on the paper as well. That's the only thing. That's the only difference. You always have to remember that, because no one else is going to be seeing your face and expressions, facial expressions, or anything like that. And I was talking about that in one of my posts on Facebook. No one's going to be able to see your actual expression, your actual face. So you have to actually write out how you feel, which is like the hardest part about it. And then the third thing about the story is it's connecting two things. Now, two unlike things together. Now, I'm not expecting you to be a master copywriter, okay? I'm just telling you, I'm just giving you some ideas of what it does. This is the ultimate book, though, for any writing copy. Read it 5 times. My guy's Joe Sugarman, the ultimate GOAT of writing copy, and he helped me grow so much with it. But yeah, he says the ability of a copywriter is their ability to match two unlike things together and make it make sense. There's even an exercise that I like to do to practice it, and you can as well. The exercise is just randomly have someone pick 2 words, and you have to make them make sense with your offer. Next, so plain and pig. You know what I mean? I'm giving you an idea. Plain or pig. Plain and pig. Do that and see how I try to get that together. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's the ability to connect two unlike things together. And that's kind of what a story does. As you can see, there's people talking about, I was actually speaking to somebody who was confused, like, oh, I didn't know that. He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, my friends are always talking about the Avengers and all that stuff. And I was just confused. Why are they doing that? But that's the ability of a copywriter, is to make two very unlike things and put them together so that they make sense. And that's what you want to do too in your story. Not two completely random things, but still just like, random things about your day or whatever, and make them make sense and bring them together. That's what you want to do in your copy when you're writing this newsletter, okay? Because the newsletter is just, what happened today. And the last section of it is the hook, which is the most important. Okay, well, this is the first, but it's the last thing I'm talking about because it starts at the beginning, but it's like the last thing you want to do. The hook is the headline, okay? What is the point of the headline, subject line, or first sentence? What is the point? To get you to read the next thing. Anything with copywriting is to get you to read the next thing or to get you to the next thing. Even at the end, when you have that call to action at the end of your copy, it is to make you take an action. Everything with copy is. So your headline is to get you to read the first sentence. Your first sentence job is to get you to read the second sentence. Second sentence, the third sentence, so on and so on, so on, so on, so on. And what Joe Sugarman calls this is the slippery slope. Now, this key concept I really did not understand at first, and it took me a really long time. Like I said, I did not say this, but I've been studying copywriting for a whole year, just straight studying it before I even was trying to practice writing it, before I even tried to do any type of offers or anything myself. It was like paralysis by analysis, yes, but it did teach me a lot of things along the way. Slippery slope is the hardest thing to do when you're writing copy, because you have to continuously keep your prospects' attention. Like I said, as it goes on with social media and everything going on, you probably not even paying attention in this training that much now. But as you read on, you can see that our attention span is dropping. Something will be 2 seconds. We'll be like 2 seconds, like, oh, you know what I mean? Like we're already are off into space or something going on. And that's why I have to continuously try to keep your attention moving my hands. But that's what the slippery slope is. So in order to build the slippery slope up, the first thing you want to do is have a very short first sentence. This part is so key. And this is why I call that gut punching technique. You need a first sentence that's so strong, so short, that it's going to feel like somebody just gave you a nice little hook to the body. So small, so short, so concise. For example, I think I wrote an ad before, and it was like, my house was filled with roaches. What? Everyone's like, whoa, what in the, literally, they were like, what in the world? That caught their attention immediately. A short, choppy sentence is the first thing to get you off the slippery slope. Because I kind of think of it like this too. When you're about to go down a water slide, it's like, it's no 3, 2, 1. If you're scared, just do it. So just boom, quick, short and concise. After that short and concise sentence, then you go to the next sentence. You keep going down. And it should go like a slippery slope. Now, to make sure that you have this, you always have to read your copy aloud. You have to hear it and listen to how smooth it comes out or how smooth it sounds when you're speaking it. This is a good thing why you always want to overlook your copy before posting it. And this is that slippery slope that you would get. So if you follow these things, hook, story, offer, in that order, you know what I mean? So I would say build that offer, have that story to connect to the offer, so just speak that, then do your headline at the end. Now, your headline can be a couple ways. You can ask a question, or a thing I like to do is I kind of like to just pull from the story what makes sense and what is going to be consistent throughout the whole story that's going to, be in connection with the headline at all times. So, yeah, that's what you want to do. The hook, story, offer, and when you follow that thing down, it's going to be a slippery slope. The client, your prospect, whoever's reading it is going to look at the first sentence, even if a newsletter, boom, it's going to catch their attention. Okay, yeah. Go straight down to the end. You gave them so much value from the story. You gave them so much value from that hook. The offer sounds like it's so compelling. They're already connected. And you remember, they buy off emotions and back up with logic. That's why story comes before offer. Story is the emotions. The offer is the logic. This covers everything when you follow this hook, story, offer way. And then by the end of it, boom, you're all set up. And you have a great newsletter after that. An amazing newsletter. So that's how I'm going to finish up with how the formula. This is the perfect formula to write in a compelling newsletter, but not just a newsletter, copy all in general. Okay. So if you have any questions for any of this thing, I actually want you to personal message me on Facebook. I have plenty more trainings or plenty more content to give you as well. But yeah, just personal message me on Facebook. Carlos Henry, that's my name right there. And you guys have a good one. All right, come on, y'all. Some energy. See ya.